another live stream, excuse me. Just want to check in, update the peoples, update my friends, what we got going on. Been a couple days since we streamed, and I told y'all that I was kind of on the road, traveling to a new situation. So figured I would let y'all know how that went. We're gonna wait till a few people check in before we give the story. What's going on here? Okay, let's see. What's happening? Just checking to see if the stream, everything's working. Okay, there we go. Okay, now we got some people coming through. Okay. I was just checking on the stream. The numbers were going backwards for a while. So hold up. I was like, hold up, am I doing this right? Hold on, I had to check the stream. All right, does look like it's working. Okay, there we go. Okay, now we getting some people coming through. Okay. It went up to one person and went back down to 0. I said, what am I doing? Probably should have been a better title. Probably should have been a better title now that I think about it. But it's just whatever pops in my head and makes me. I mean, it's true, but whatever pops in my head and makes me laugh, is usually what I go for in the title. Sometimes that comes back to bite me. I think I'm gonna go glasses today, folks. Hold on. Let me see. I think I'm gonna go glasses. Give me a minute. We're gonna get to the topic. How y'all doing, ladies and gentlemen? Good to see y'all. We're gonna get into all that. We're gonna get into all that. I feel like talking today. I feel like being real today. Hold on. Is that gonna do okay? Okay. Yeah, I feel like glasses today. I've been wearing my glasses a lot lately because I've been driving. I've been on the interstates. Whenever I'm on the interstate back and forth, I wear my glasses. Just for I want to see as good as possible when I'm driving. You know what I mean? So I've been having and when I wear my glasses a lot driving, when I take them off, I kind of have to slowly transition into not wearing them every day. So I think I should wear them now because these words. Actually, I think I can scoot up some. These words are kind of small on the screen. How's it going, everybody? Hope everybody's doing well. I'm way behind on saying what's up to everybody. So we just gonna start from where we at. I'm not gonna hold y'all too long with the suspense on what's going on. I'm actually back in Las Vegas. It is important to see while driving. Yes, girl. That's first or second rule to driving. Make sure you can see. I'm actually back in Las Vegas. My seasonal job did not work out. I'm always honest. So I got to be honest and say that seasonal job I was all hyped up to, didn't work out. And I don't want to, bash any company. I'm not going to say which company it was anyway, but I'll say this. How you house your employees is indicative of, in my book, how you treat your employees. I'm going to say that again. The housing you put your employees in is indicative, in many cases, to how you're going to treat your employees. So, in this situation, I did not feel, based on the housing test, that I would have been treated the way I feel like people should be treated at this location. So we parted ways rather quickly. But I will say I'm very disappointed. Very disappointed because I was very excited about going to this job. Not to mention I spent money getting there. And then I had to spend money getting back. But it is what it is. It was a good experience. I got to go. I was down in Flagstaff for a few days, so I got to hang out in Flagstaff for a few days. So that was cool. And when I decided the job wasn't for me, I still had my Airbnb. I still had some time on my Airbnb in Vegas because I'm backup. I'm Bobby backup plan. So I like to always give myself, you know what I mean? I thought there was a possibility it wouldn't work out. You know, you never know. So I said, instead of ending my Airbnb in Vegas and then going, I'll tell you, I was the Grand Canyon. I was going to go back to the Grand Canyon, try that again, give them a second chance. Since I didn't stay, I can tell you, I was going back to the Grand Canyon to work. But instead of ending my Airbnb and then going down there, I said, let me do it long. You know what I mean? So I still have like a couple weeks on my Airbnb here. Right at almost a couple weeks, a little less, but. And so I just was able to call them and say, hey, it didn't work out. I'm gonna come back and finish out my month. And they were like, cool, whatever. They're like, you paid for it, whatever. So yeah, smart folks in life in general, but especially when you live in this nomad life, it's smart to like always have a backup plan. Always have a backup plan. What up, Alex? You know what I mean? Yeah, Ricky. You know, I'm big on, especially when I don't absolutely have to be in a situation, I'm big on, you know what I mean, you got to have self-respect. You got to be picky. You got to do what's right for you. You know what I mean? If I'm in a situation where, you know, I got no choice, well, then I'll grind it out. But in a situation where I have a choice, and I'll say the pay already wasn't what I felt it should be, what I know it should be. It's a location that does not pay a lot, but I was like, you know what? This company's always taking care of me, whatever. I'm gonna go back, give them a second chance at this location. So for me, already kind of taking what I know is a pay cut, and then if I get there and the housing isn't where I'm gonna be living, isn't up to standard, you know what I mean? It ain't 3 strikes and you're out. It's usually 1. So 2 strikes is definitely, you know what I mean? It's just you know what I mean? Nah, you gotta stand up for yourself sometime, you know? And I just, you know, like I said, if the day comes when I have to put up with certain stuff, I will. Until then, you know what I mean? I think people have to see, somebody has to stand up and make a point, you know? Hey, Natalie, what's up, what's up, what's up? The number 1 lurker. Okay. Number 1 lurker coming through saying what's up. Hey, peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. I like when the lurkers come through and show love. What up, Natalie? Master Spanish. Glad you like the videos. What up, Angela? Yeah. So like I said, I was very disappointed, you know, because I was really banking on this situation working out. So there was a lot of disappointment in there, but, you know, move on. We just got to figure something else out. You know what I mean? So, you know, we just got to look at the other options and decide what we want to do now. So I ain't mad at it. You know, it just was one of those things where, and that's why I don't like to say where I'm going, because sometimes stuff don't work out, you know? So, you know. Jim, they have a contract, but it's not like a binding contract. Like some of them, this one was a year-round position, so there's no contract. But some of them have a contract, but it's not like they're going to sue you. You know what I mean? You know how much money they would spend suing people who broke seasonal work contract? You know, it's not worth it to them. So, but yeah, like Andrew said, one door shuts, another opens. You know, like, and this is something that my lifestyle has really helped me with, is that, you know, when you're on the go a lot and, you know, you already have backup plans and you're thinking what you're going to do, you know what I mean? Like it's constant with me, you know, when you're not used to always having a place to stay or set job, or your mind is always thinking about the alternatives. John, I don't know if you can get food stamps if you're doing Instacart. I don't know. I'm not sure about that, but yeah, my mind is always, you know, thinking, what if this changes? What if this changes? I don't even want to say it doesn't work out. What if it changes? What if, you know what I mean? What if I change? You know, so it was just, you know, another day at the office. Once I decided, you know, this isn't gonna work out, it was like, all right, what now? You know. So, you know, came back to Vegas. I'm probably not gonna stay much longer, maybe a couple weeks, and then I'm moving on. I haven't decided where yet, but we're gonna do something. We're gonna have some type of adventure. But those couple of days in Flagstaff really let me see, like, oh, I want I want to get back out on the road and travel some places. And, you know, I was thinking, Ben, I don't know how many states I've been to because I don't count. I haven't been to all of them. The whole like Northeast I haven't been to, but I really just don't count. I kind of wish I had, but I haven't. But, you know, I was thinking there's been a lot of times when, and I've talked about it many times on this channel, especially when it comes to me, and I feel like I'm talking about myself a lot. But we're just telling the story because that didn't work out, so we're telling the story. I feel like there's been a lot of times when the smart money said, hunker down, do this, whatever. And I was like, no, I want to do this over here. And I was like, well, Tim, you don't really have the money to do that over there. And I was like, well, I'm going to do it anyway. And it all worked out. So there's some trips I've been wanting to take. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, maybe life's telling me this is the time to do that. And then we'll get back and hunker. I don't know. You know, I go back and forth. I'd be lying if I said I always know the path. You know, I just kind of go where the wind blows, and like, usually I end up somewhere cool. So, so Vegas has been awesome, man. Vegas has been awesome. You know, so I'm not mad at any of this. A little disappointed the job didn't work out, but I'm not mad at all. Mountain View said Flagstaff takes getting used to. Not a lot of brothers over there. I felt kind of weird. Same with Prescott. Very, very beautiful. Hey, Mountain. I'd be so many places where there's no brothers. Like, or yeah, it don't even faze me no more. Like I'll you know what I mean? That's cool. The more you in places like that, like, you know what I mean? Like it don't even. Every now and then I'll go somewhere and the vibe is weird. But if it's just a regular vibe, you know, it don't even. I'm just used to that. Like, that's why I always saying to my people, hey, I you know, I'm cool now, but you know, when we start getting our numbers up all over the country, that'll be amazing. That'll be amazing. But like, I'm that's normal for me. Like, I'll be all kind of places. I was like, dang, the only black person on this plane, only black person on this train, only black person I've seen. You know, it's just regular now. That's why I'm always like, black folk, let's travel. Well, everybody, let's travel. Yeah, Jim, you know, like Jim said, you know, one of the reasons I'm a minimalist, I save my money, is for you know what I mean? Like, it gives you more options, and, you know, situations come up, things happen, and it's good to, you know, have the abundance in the bank to navigate those situations. You know, so that's what I think about, instead of me, you know, buying a nicer car or other stuff. I'm like, yeah, I might need that money, you know, to make some plays in the future. But also, on the flip side, I'm not, when it comes to things I actually want to do, or when it comes to plays I want to make, I'm not tight with the money. You know what I mean? Even if it's like, man, do people, oh, I guess they're getting a ride. I'm like, why does this dude up on me? Y'all know me, wherever I park, somebody pulls up on me. But you know what I mean? You know, I watch my spending. If it's something I don't, you know, really need or whatever, it's not really my thing. But when it comes to my thing, that's what the money's for. You know what I mean? What up, Sean? North Dakota? Maybe. I don't know. I do want to go somewhere cooler. I have not been to Mount Rushmore, Ben. I'm going to be honest, it's not really on my bucket list. Like, you know, if I happen to go up to Mount Rushmore, cool. But, you know, there was a time I was kind of, yeah, Mount Rushmore. But then I realized, I'm like, the face of presidents carved into the sacred mountains of Native Americans. Wow, that's, you mean, can I really go up to Mount Rushmore and get all giddy? You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. Can I really go up to, you know, what was sacred land for people and get all giddy because we blasted it and put the faces of presidents? You know what I mean? Respectfully. You know what I mean? Like, if they put Obama up there, okay. No, I'm joking, but serious. You know what I mean? Hey, Samantha, Sammy Sam, thanks. Thank you. Yeah, I'm hoping the next adventure will be fun, you know. It's always an adventure. You know, even when stuff don't work out, it's an adventure. You know what I mean? So like that's I was telling myself that the other day. I'm like, bro, it's always an adventure. Like, and I got to see the Grand Canyon. You know, went down, explored the Grand Canyon a little bit. Which once you've seen it, you've seen it. But it was cool to see it again. Flag, you know what I mean? So it's always an adventure. There's always something going on. Yeah, I'm parked on the side of I'm actually parked next to a park, but I couldn't find any shade in the park because it's like 100 degrees. So I gotta be careful. I'm trying to find something to put in front of my phone. I want it to block out the, so my windshield cover, visor, my windshield thing that I always put in front of the windshield when it's hot and I'm streaming, it's so hot here that it started like crumbling. And like the thread around the outside of it started to like break off, and it was getting sucked into my ventilation and it was blowing back out on me. And I couldn't figure out what it was. I'm like, what are these little black hairs coming from? And then I realized, I had to throw my windshield cover away the other day. And now I need it. So I tried to put a sheet up in front of the windshield, and it looked so ghetto. I was like, man, they're going to call the cops. My car sitting here with that thing up. But I need something to put in front of my phone to keep it from getting hot. So I got to figure something out. I might try this pillow. Oh, not that. No, that's ghetto. I don't know. We'll see. I got to wash my phone, make sure it doesn't get too hot. You know. Grimesy said, do you have any advice for people who need to make money but don't want to be wage slaves? That's a hard one because, like, there was a time when I would have fired off a bunch of stuff, you know? But I'm realizing that most people who found another way, it was just something that they're like, fell into their lap, or something they're naturally good at or they're passionate about. You know, when I look around, I'm like, most people who do something different, they found a business that worked, or they just had a talent, or, you know what I mean? And so it's that's my advice, is if you can find something that you can do that maybe you're skilled at or passionate about or whatever, that's the way out of it. But a lot of people, you know, will try to sell you all kinds of courses and lists and all type of stuff. And most of those people get rich off of the course. That's the way they got out of wage slavery. So I'm like, you know what? I don't even know if there's anything I've been able to do it through YouTube. You know, if it wasn't for YouTube, I'd still be working. You know what I mean? So like, I really don't have any knowledge beyond that. You know, we can talk about side hustling, all that stuff, but the only thing I know is content creation. That's why I always try to tell people, hey, if you think you might be good at it, give it a try. But like, honestly, that's all I know, you know? That's all I'm good at, you know? I don't know how else to put it. It's the only thing that I'm good at. You know what I mean? But I do firmly believe that it is possible. Hard. And even this took me 10 years to get to this point. You know what I mean? Fortunately, for most of those 10 years, I didn't know I was getting to this point, so it didn't seem like 10 years. But I think, my only advice would be find something you think you could do to get out of wage slavery that you enjoy, and just keep working at it, you know? And if it takes you 5 years, cool. You know, that's, after that, you good. But, you know, I just started looking around and seeing so many people giving people advice and acting all high and mighty about the fact that they're not in the rat race anymore. And I'm like, wait a second, I don't want to look like that. Because at the end of the day, a lot of those people, like myself, stumbled into something or lucked into something. Or, you know, daddy had a business, you know what I mean? Or mom gave, you know what I mean? And I'm like, I don't want to be one of these people who's out here purporting to be an expert when I know about one thing. So, you know what I mean? But yeah, that'd be my advice. What up, DYB? Yeah, I might have to go down to the Dollar Tree, get me a windshield shade tomorrow. Yeah. Hey, Hey, Faraj, nice. 2 weeks sober. Nice. Congratulations. Yeah, the middle class is a myth. Middle class is gone. Yeah, Vic, YouTube pays different for everybody, but it's for me. It's done well enough that it's allowed me to not work. I think in 2022 I worked 3 months maybe, so that was cool. Now there was an algorithm shakeup beginning of 2023, so and that's the thing with YouTube is it's all based on the views. It's based on your RPM, your CPMs. So you can be balling 1 month and 2 months later be broke. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, there's some content creators. Look at Mr. Beast. You know what I mean? So yeah, content creation pays well for the people it pays well for, is what I would say. YouTube doesn't take half. Hey, Corey Cummins, thank you. Super Chat Squad, appreciate that. That's love. Thank you, Corey Cummins. And then we got 133 official. Thank you, Super Chat Squad. Appreciate that. Thank y'all so much. Said abundance has entered the chat. Yes, let's go. Abundance is in the chat. I appreciate that. Super Chat Squad in here heavy. Choo. Super Chat trade. Thank y'all. Corey Cummins, 133. Usual suspects coming through. Thank y'all so much. Florida Gators getting a little love. Okay. Yeah, it is Friday. Adam said, after my appendectomy, I have a new outlook on life. Maybe time for van life. Let's go. Do it, Adam. It is funny that certain things happen and it just suddenly changes our view, and then sometimes it's like, oh, wait a second. Maybe that's why that happened. I don't know. Some stuff in life happened. You'd be like, man, that was kind of ugh. But then something great comes from it. You're like, maybe that was the whole point of that. Agent 12, I think every content creator from time to time has switched something up to appease the algorithm. I do what I do. Y'all know me. In general in life, my whole thing is kind of Tim's gonna do what Tim's gonna do. So, and here's the thing. A lot of times you don't know how to please the algorithm. So I don't do a ton of it. I don't do a ton of switching up. I might do some things like privating some of my videos because I have too many public, and it means that the algorithm has too many to recommend when I'd rather recommend fewer. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. But me personally, I just kind of do what I do. Like you know what I mean? The universe is abundant, so, and for me, when I do get a video that does well, once again, it's usually, I don't want to say luck, but like there was just something about it. Every now and then I have a video that I'm like, I know this is going to do well because it's a good topic. I got a good title, whatever. But a lot of times it just, the algorithm just picks it up. Other times I'll be like, oh, this one's going to do well. I think I crafted and then it does horrible, or it doesn't do as well, I should say. So, I just do what I do. You know what I mean? I know some content creators that spend a lot of time trying to figure the algorithm out, and some of them kind of do, but that's exhausting. I just do me, Dave, if you asked about people having large families because their religion tells them to, if we're going to start pointing to things that people do that don't seem to make sense to other people because of religious reasons, we'd be here all night. So, me, if someone, whatever someone feels moved to do, I don't comment on people's relationship with God or the divine. So if someone thinks that's what they should do, for them to have a good relationship with God, I'm not saying nothing. You know what I mean? Do what you do. I'm not out here judging anybody, and I definitely not going to judge people's religious belief, because I don't want nobody judging mine. You know what I mean? That's between them and the divine, them and the creator. So me, have as many kids as you want. If you don't want to have kids, don't have them. If you want to have them, have them. If you want to have a whole stable of them because God tells you to, cool. I don't, y'all know me. I don't have a lot of opinions on much. Do what you got to do. Blood, you live in the third world country. You said it's draining. How is it in the first world country? Honestly, we're very blessed in first world countries with our ease of access to stuff and, certain freedoms and the ability to make money more freely. But we got our stuff too. You know what I mean? I've talked with people who came from third world countries. I had a good friend that got adopted into a pretty wealthy family. And she said her whole, growing up, her whole life, she was like, man, if I can just get to America, it's all going to be okay. Like, if I can just get to America, boom. And her dream came true. She got adopted. And like I said, very wealthy, pretty wealthy family. They adopted like 10 kids. So, okay, they got money. And she said as she got older, even though she was, she got all the toys and the, all the stuff she wanted, and, but she was like, as she got older, she just didn't see that happiness she thought that she was going to have. And she was like, she goes back home to visit her family where she's from. And she was like, honestly, they seem happier than me. Because she was like, they've got each other and they don't have much, financially, but they've got that community and that bond and that friendship. And she was like, they just don't have to worry about a lot of the stuff I have to worry about now, just, success, education, all this other stuff. She was like, part of me thinks they're happier than me. She was like, not saying I would trade being adopted and all that, but she was like, yeah, it just isn't what I thought it would be. I say that all to say everything's got its stuff. There's stuff we deal with, y'all don't have to deal with. There's stuff y'all have to deal with, we don't have to do. You know what I mean? Everything's got its stuff. There could be times where it is overall better one place, depending on, what chart you're looking at. But, everything's got its stuff. It can be draining here. Now, it might be draining in more comfort. It might be draining with, more options. But it could be draining here too. I think that's there's no life anywhere on this planet that gets away from that. You know what I mean? Yeah, proper. There's a big difference between someone making 25K and someone making 75K, but they're both neither one's middle class. Have you looked at the wealth chart lately? Have you looked at the wealth chart lately? When most of the population is here and the 1% own, you know what I mean? When we're looking at the wealth, and let's take America, when how many Americans are there? 300 million? When 299 bro, the top 10% own like all the wealth. In that scenario, with the wealth inequality we have today, there's no middle class. There's rich and poor. There's extremely wealthy and poor. There's no middle class. We all poor. 25K, 75K, we all poor. Middle means there's you know what I mean? The middle class, if you look at the chart, the middle, we're all down here at the bottom. This is the wealthy own all this. We got this. The wealthy own all this. The middle class, the wealthy are the middle class. They're the ones in the middle of the chart. You got to have about $10 million a year to be middle class now. If we're going by the wealth chart, that's why I say there's no middle class. Like, no, it's us and the wealthy, extreme and the wealthy. We like to think we're middle class. They sell you that middle class lifestyle, especially when you factor in debt. Hey, V Vinny, appreciate that. Thank you. I'm gonna go through and check you out. Okay, appreciate that. Wow. Whoa. Hey, whoa. V Vinny. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad I checked on that. I appreciate that. Thank you. Did I say Gainesville? Gville in the building. I see you. I appreciate that. So let me give you love. Super Chat Squad. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. That was huge. Thank you. Appreciate that. Super Chat Squad in the building, coming through with the abundance. We just talk about abundance. We just said the word abundance. You see, speak it, you'll come. Okay. All right. Thank you. Chris, yeah, if you're the content creation game, you can't compare yourself to other people or you'll be mad all the time. Sometimes it's luck. Nobody wants to tell you that. No, none of the YouTube experts, they rarely will say, and sometimes it's just, it just happens for you. Sometimes the algorithm will just pick a video up and like it, and that video might be what gets you to 25,000, 50,000, you know what I mean? And other people might work way harder. I know people who work way harder than me. They edit, their videos look great. They may not sit down here and grind out on these live streams like your boy. But as far as like the videos, they work way harder than me. I'll be at the house watching Amazing Race. I'll be chilling. And they, you know what I mean? And then I'll get a video, it just hits. And they'd be like, how do you, I don't know. I just, like, you don't even edit. I'm like, I don't know. DYB lifestyle, yeah. Do whatever you want from the hood. Can't believe you made it this far. Now that you made it, do it. You know what I mean? I think what happens a lot, people do the opposite. We'll come up out of a situation and we'll get levels we thought we never could achieve, and then we stop because we get scared. Because we don't want to go back. But the people who look at it like, bro, I done already been down there. I ain't scared to go back. I don't want to go back, but I ain't scared to go back. I'm going to just keep doing what I want to do. I think those people keep making moves, But it happens to all of us. I was saying earlier, there is a, what I want to, back to me, sorry. What I want to figure out is how to, I do want to start thinking a little more long-term. I got to figure out the moves I need to make to do that. Think more long-term. I want to get some land. I want to start investing more, but also do the things I want to do, like travel more, see the world. You know what I mean? So I do think it's going back to what I just said about I don't be doing much. I do think I am going to have to start doing more on certain things. Yeah. What up, Javier? Trying to make sure my phone ain't getting too hot. Hey, Sean, appreciate you saying that. Oh, Angela, snipe queen. Vic, I do believe in God. Yes. Yeah, Javier, we worry about the past. We dwell on the future, the past, to worry about the future. It's like, bro, you gotta be in the moment. I was hiking down in Flagstaff the other day, and I had a lot going in my head, and I'm like, Tim, the moment, like this is all that matters. This moment right here, bro. Like, whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen, and it did. It did. The job didn't work. But everything's working. That's what I should have said in the title. That didn't work, but everything's working out. That's gonna be the title when I go back and redo the stream. That didn't work. The seasonal job didn't work, but everything's working out. That's what I'm going to change the title to. Yeah. Hey, Ricky. I love it when, I like when people remember the video they came from. That's cool. And I'm glad you enjoyed the streams as well. Glad you exist too. DYB in Colombia? I mean, I don't like to, the U.S. has its stuff, but so do other countries. You know what I mean? And I think what we're seeing, and I always have to preface stuff like this by saying, I love America. You know what I mean? We got our stuff, but it's a pretty cool life. We got a lot of freedoms other people don't have. We got the WNBA. I'm happy. Women's college basketball starts back in November. Talk to me nice. Oh, that was another thing. They didn't have Wi-Fi at the job out there. I would have had to get Starlink. I ain't gonna tell you the company because I ain't bashing them. I would have had to get Starlink. You kidding me? Y'all know Caitlin Clark and them about to start playing again in a couple months. I got to watch. Huh? I'm getting YouTube TV so I can watch all the women's college basketball. Probably some of them other conference apps as well. That's what we gonna be doing. Starlink? I can't. Okay, sorry, I went off on a tangent. Sorry. Gratitude, exactly. Oh, I'm way behind these comments. Dang, wow, I'm way behind. Woo! I'm way behind. Hey, DYB, thank you. Super Chat Squad in the building. Thank you. DYB, appreciate the love. Thank you so much. Thank you for the generosity. DYB coming through. I appreciate that. Super Chat Squad in the building. Yes. Sorry it took me so long to see that. I didn't realize I was that far behind in the comments. Andreas, my thing is like, if you really want a house and you think a mortgage is the right move, cool. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's a personal thing, you know? I kind of probably would. Well, I guess even if you got a mortgage now, you can refinance this when interest rates go down. But Snipe Queen, War University faculty. We working on that. What got me into women's college basketball? Oh, I was watching the WNBA, and then so YouTube started recommending college games, and I started watching, and you just get to know. Actually, no. It was two. It was that and Paige Beckers. Like, I had seen something about Paige Beckers years ago, and I just liked her swag. You know what I mean? Paige is swaggy as hell. I just liked her swag, and so I'd never really watched her play, and then I started watching the WNBA. And then somebody, I saw there was a UConn game, and I was like, oh, doesn't Paige? But she's hurt, so I didn't really I've never really seen her play much because she's been hurt. But just started, so, oh yeah, I remember, and I started, watching, learn some of the AZ Fun. What up? I started learning some of the other players, and then you get kind of, I don't want to say trapped, but you get kind of caught up in it, and then I just, so it's, I love UConn and of course Stanford and, Notre Dame is my team. I see you, Miles Davis. Miles Davis. What's her name? Dang it. Olivia Miles. Wow. I was way off. Olivia Miles. That was a brain fart. Live on camera. But I was watching a game from last year. Notre Dame. Olivia Miles. Yeah, that's the homie. Westfield, all the Citroen. Stop. It's too much. Sorry, I'll go off on a tangent. I can't. Yeah, Daniel. A lot of people watch the WNBA. I went to an Aces game. There was 10,000 people there. Everyone's like, nobody wants to do it. I'm like, bro, I went to Aces game. It was sold out. 10,000 people. What are we doing? Caitlin Clark is her, Kevin. Hey, DYB coming through again. Thank you. Super Chat Squad, thank you. Said, I'm in Colombia, bro. I love this place. Get out of America. You know what I mean? Maybe one day, Maybe one day we got to, when it's time to, it'll be time to. I'll say that. When it's time, it'll be time to. It hasn't been time to yet, but if it's time, and that's another reason I'm like, yeah, I do want to start doing some things maybe more for the future because, I would like to be like retire and go. I keep forgetting his actual first name, but he's traveling, over in Asia, and he does it just off investments, and some other stuff he's got going, dividend investing. And I was like, I want to kind of do that, but I got to get up on that stuff. Abundance Wangs, Mr. Mass, what up? What up, No More Cap? What about the chick from LSU from The Wire? I don't really like LSU. I'm not gonna hold you. I don't really like LSU, and they beat Iowa, and Iowa's my team. I see you, Gabby Marshall. Oh, okay, sorry. Iowa's my team, so I don't really like LSU. Do you do any food delivery? I used to do Instacart. I haven't recently. So I said I might turn my Instacart on, go out to Summerlin, the rich part of Vegas. I didn't know there was so much money in Vegas. I said I might turn on my Instacart and go out to Summerlin and see about doing some deliveries just for spits and giggles, but I haven't done it yet. Yeah, there's a lot of money. Like, I thought there was like, oh yeah, you can go and like gamble and make some money. But I didn't realize like I'll tell you, I see more Rolls Royces and Lamborghinis a day than I ever have before in my life. You know what I mean? So like I didn't realize there was money in Vegas. Like a lot of money. Well, probably a lot of credit debt, but a lot of debt. But no, there's a lot of the nice areas are nice. You know what I mean? Jay Cortez about to be in Bogota. Okay. Just got back from Costa Rica. All right. Nice. Where would I buy land? I was gonna. My plan was buy some land down there in Arizona because I was gonna be working down there. I was like, all right. I was already looking up, some cheap acreage. That was my plan. So I don't know. I just want some cheap land. I don't really care where it's at. I just want some cheap land. I don't really care where it's at. But it'll probably end up being somewhere where you can't really do much with the land. Oh, Christopher, you about to buy a house in Summerlin? I see you, CJ, Christopher Jones. Got that guap. I see you. Yeah, Vegas is cool, man. Like I said, I'm not mad about coming here. Even coming back now. I called up Allison. Yo, I'm back. We gotta hang out. Boom. You know what I mean? That's my best friend. So like I'm not mad, a little disappointed the job didn't work out, but we here. But Vegas is cool, man. And it's starting to slowly cool down. It's 100 degrees right now, but it's starting to slowly cool down. So, Texas got land, okay. Ohio, all right. Vic, you've been a little negative, my friend. We a little negativity there, Vic. Can we respectfully, can we calm the negativity down, Vic? This ain't this type of show. I be reading all the comments, a lot of negativity, not to call you out, Retired 2019. Thank you. That's love. Super Chat Squad. So tell me I just finished visiting my 24th Major League Baseball park. Go! Only 6 more to go. Freedom is priceless. Nice. That is amazing. Super Chat Squad. Thank you. And that is amazing. That's awesome. I'm really feeling that because I'm like, I'm gonna steal that from you and do it with the WNBA. I'm telling you, I'm stealing it. I'm gonna steal that from you. So, and I'm putting myself in that position. Like, man, what if I had been to? Well, there's only 12 teams, but what if I had been to, almost all the WNBA? Like, that's awesome, man. I know that has to feel great. Freedom is priceless. It is. That is something on all levels. Obviously, you want everyone to be physically free, but like, not in chains. You know what I mean? But I just want everyone to have the opportunity to kind of just do what they want for a while. You know what I mean? That's my issue with wage slavery and the way society's set up when it comes to like work, is that it takes away from the average woman and man the ability to do what they want. I think the average person, that's what I'm saying. I'm big on sabbaticals or gap years or whatever. Because I honestly think the average person could take a year, do whatever they wanted to, and they probably at the end of the year would be like, you know what? I'm ready to go back to work. I think so. I think they would. Some people might be like, nah, I want another year. Cool. You know what I mean? But I think the average person, given the choice or the opportunity, would take some time. Why are the cops pulling behind me? Every time I park here, he's pulling in. The cops be over here a lot, and there's no cop. Did I tell y'all this? They turned around on me the other day. The cop, I was sitting further back there, and this is kind of a nice area, but I was sitting further back. There's a a wall back there, and I was, instead of sitting beside the park, I was sitting beside the wall, and I saw the cop come up, slow down. You know how the cops will slow down and speed up and then go up and turn around? Like, they didn't even try to play it off. Sometimes cops will do that and they'll turn right and go around and come back. Now he went up, he slowed down, sped up, U-turned, came behind me, turned around, got behind me, and was there for like 10 seconds, and he drove off. So like, I rolled the window down. I was just like, and like, they just drove off. So I don't know what I don't know, but they be over here a lot. But I think it's because it's a nicer area. So I think they, you know, they kind of make sure nothing crazy goes on. But oh yeah, I just wish, back to what I was saying, I wish we all had the opportunity to take some time and just have that freedom to do what we wanted for a year or two, whatever. You have the money in the bank, you have the freedom. What do you want to do? And that could be nap for a year. You could go Rip Van Winkle out this mug if you wanted to. Or you might do something like, hey, I want to visit every NFL stadium. Or, oh, I just want to go, you know, spend time with my aunt because she ain't got too many more times. What else? You know what I mean? Just that ability to have the funds and have the time to just do what you wanted. It bothers me that some people will go through life and never have that. Sometimes it's because of choices we made. We decided to do this earlier, do that, you know, but sometimes just the way it's set up, you know. A lot of times we make those choices because people tell us that's the choices to make. It just bothers me. So I'm glad when I see people get the chance to retire early, do what they want to do, enjoy themselves. Crypto. I gambled once or twice when I've been in Vegas before, but literally one time I was waiting on a beer. This was years ago. So I put $20 in a machine while I was waiting. Like, I don't really gamble much. DYP coming through again. Thank you. Super Chat Squad, thank you. Today, Tim, I remember you said you were moving to Thailand about a year and a half ago. What changed? I never said I was moving to Thailand. No, I never said that. I want to go back, but I never said I was going to move there. I always said I could see going for, you know, a couple months or something, but no, I never said I was going to move there. Not in the frame of mind I'm in now. Like, when I go places, I go for a week, 2 weeks. I'm good. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not, yeah. Maybe one day I'll get to the point and I'm like, yeah, I just want to go overseas full time. But like, I'm just not, here come the cops. You know what I mean? Like I said, when I go places, I enjoy myself, but I'd be low key ready to come back after a couple weeks. You know what I mean? Like, I like America, you know, the buddy's easy. I speak the language, you know, so I don't know if I'm ready right now to move somewhere. But I don't think I ever said I was going to move to Thailand. Hollis, thank you. DYB holding it down. DYB coming through. Super Chat Squad. Whole Super Chat train. Yeah, back in the caveman days, King, you just wander off. You know, you just go to the tribe one day and be like, I'll be back. And you just, you know what I mean? That's what I miss, those times when you could live off the land and you could just go on a pilgrimage, you know what I mean, to find yourself. Or you could, you know what I mean, a quest to find, you know, you could just one day be like, hey, I'm going to take my bow and arrow, my spear, and my horse, and I'm just going to roam around for a while. And then, you know, you just hunt, gather, sleep under the stars. And then when you've had enough time away, you just turn around and go back. And everybody at the tribe is like, oh, you're back. How was it? You know what I mean? Yeah, just this the way it is now with money and all this other, like, you just can't do the stuff you want to do because you don't have the money to do it. It's crazy. I just don't like that. You know, I just don't like that. I just wish we could do what we wanted to do. And maybe that's naive. I say it, I'm a naive, delusional dreamer. I admit that. But I'm like, I just wish we could do what we wanted to do, you know? And I think we could start by, you know, normalizing sabbaticals. Gap year, you know? Work 4 years, take the 5th year off. Oklahoma, Arkansas, North Carolina has cheap land. Yeah, man. I need to get over to the East Coast. Yeah, I know there's. I'm pretty sure there's cheap land out there that will double in price in the next 10 years. I think now's the time to buy land. I mean, yeah, David. Gambling just never appealed to me. You know, if I wanted to gamble, I would, but it just never appealed to me. I was like, oh, the other day. Now if you go to WNBA.com, they have a betting section, which I don't know if I agree with. Like, you just putting it right there, bro. But so I was looking into that because who knows more about the WNBA than me. But I was like, you know what? I don't even think I want to bet on the games. Like, I don't know. Maybe I will one day just for fun. I kind of wanted to bet on who's going to win the championship because the odds are so much in Vegas's favor that if any other team other than New York, if any other team wins, you clean up. But I was like, you know what? I don't know. It's just not something that if I'm going to make some money, I like finding a way to make it, But I respect what you said. If you're a believer in the Bible, I respect that being the reason you might not gamble. I respect that. I believe in the holy books. Lavak, what up? Serbia in the building. How you doing? DYB trading stocks. Hey, get your coins. Obviously, it's working for you. Jim, you consider the expat thing? I think it's something that definitely people should try out, if they think it might work for them. That's the only way you'll know. RG3, what up? I think it works for the people it works for, and it might not work for some people. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people who haven't done it. Like when I hear from people like DYB who are doing it, and like I respect their opinion on it. Hey, come to Colombia, blah 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 blah. Cool. I listen. I pay attention. I hear a lot of people now who haven't done it telling how good it is, and I'm like, well, bro, I'm gonna need you to go. Before you say, oh, you got to leave America and go somewhere else. And a lot of them are men who are like, women here suck. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you got to go somewhere else and show me this. I'm not going to believe you till you try it. So, hey, go and try it. Then come back and tell me. Leave that, American women suck at home, because I got a lot of friends that are American women. My mom is an American woman. My sisters are American women. My niece is an American woman. And you dang sure not. Oh, sorry. That is one of my niece is one of my trigger points. I wish boy. Okay. So I'm just, but anyway, when I start mumbling, I push my own button. You saw I push my own button there? Daniel, I do not have a college degree. No. Glad you got a good gig at your job now, Yanks. William in the chat, what up? Yanks, I'm good. I can't complain. We back. Seasonal job didn't work out. We back in Vegas. We but got to spend a little time down in Flagstaff. Got to see the Grand Canyon. Crossed over the Hoover Dam a couple times. Crossed the Hoover Dam by accident. I didn't even realize I had to cross it. So, wow, there's the Hoover Dam again. Okay. Wasn't even in the plan. Yeah, quest. Ken, we need more quest, I like the ideal that our ancestors were big on, like, okay, there's something to be found in taking some time off or doing some traveling or going out alone. I think we've lost that. Like, all right, I'm just going to take a quest, and I think sometimes, it just occurred to our ancestors. I think certain times, like if you look at, read about, past history, a lot of times at certain ages, they made you do it. Hey, you're 13, you're about to become a man, you got to go out in the woods for a week, come back alive. Certain cultures. You don't come back, well, your brother gets your loincloth, you know. But your little brother gets your loincloth, you know. But and then other ages, hey, the rite of passage for manhood, you gotta, you know, go away for 30 days, come back. I think we've kind of lost that, you know. A walkabout is a rite of passage in Australia. I like that. Billy said, "Do you think life is pointless?" No, not at all. Not at all. I don't think life is pointless. There's a million things to do, you know. I think the point of life is to live. That Oregon Trail lifestyle, that's a good game too. Even though it's, you know, the old version. I played it the other day. Probably about 6 months ago. Angela, you gambled on a layover? Wow, that's addiction. I'm joking. Man, I got 2 hour layover. That's what I'm saying. Like, stuff like that is funny to me. I'm getting me another water. Like slot machines at the grocery store still make me laugh. Even though I've been in Vegas, you know, month and a half, going on 2 months. When I go to the grocery store, I see people playing slot machines at the Winco. I'm like, wow, really? Slot machines at the airport. Like, it's just funny to me. They try to get your money at anywhere they can. You go to the dentist, they're like, hey, why you sitting there? You know, you getting a root canal. They're like, why are you sitting there? We're going to have a eye activated, you know, machine above you that you can gamble on. You know, like they just try to get you any way they can. And the thing is, the thing with gambling is that, you know, the odds aren't in your favor. You know it. It's a computerized slot machine. They program the odds in there. We want the house to win 97% of the time. You know this. It's not a secret. They tell you the house never loses. People still like, oh, I'll give it a try. All right, you know. All right. Daniel lived in Bangkok for a year. Can see yourself living there full time. Nice, nice. Yeah, Drew. I don't think we were programmed to. I mean, work in general. I think we were programmed to work, not the way we do it. This idea of going to one factory and doing the same thing all day long in exchange for money, and hopefully that's enough money to get us the things we need. Stark contrast to like going out and getting the things we need, working at getting the things we need. We've added a middleman. That I think is weird to us. And then, yeah, just the ideal of, you know, 5 days a week, 5-6 days a week, 51 weeks out of the year. You've got to have PTO. You know, all this other weirdness. I just think we could work the same amount of hours in a different fashion, and I think it would be better for us. You know, you'll see farmers. Well, you see less and less farmers these days. But you see farmers work all the time, sun up to sundown, happiest people you meet, working the land. You know what I mean? I don't know. It just don't seem right. Work just don't seem right. Work ain't working. Septic systems out you still got septic out in rural Ohio. Oh yeah, Jim, a lot. The secrets is out a lot of places. Secrets is out a lot of places. It's that's what I'm saying. Like, now I think is the time to buy. Give it 10 years. Yeah, I think land is, yeah. I'm predicting land prices. Well, I'm seeing them go up. So I'm predicting that continues. The Kobe of the WNBA, I'm going to say Sabrina Ionescu. That's what I'm going to say. I know Joe's Witnesses, yeah, are kind of against gambling, David. Yeah. Alfonso checking in. What would I do right now with extra money? Put in the bank, probably. Put most of it in the bank, probably invest some of it, what I do on a day-to-day basis does not change based on money. So yeah, when I am doing better money wise, that's when, I just save, invest. That's like, I just don't, like, I splurged today and got Taco Bell. Like, that's a splurge for me. I never eat Taco Bell. It makes my stomach, it gives me the bubble guts. It gives me the LBJs, the loose booty juice. You know what I mean? That's not sexual. That's Taco Bell. That's Taco Bell induced. But I splurged today, and I was like, I'm gonna give me some Taco Bell because I was feeling Taco Bell. That's the type of, like, that's a splurge for me. Other people splurge and get a, Hermes bag, or what, I don't know what people buy. But like, yeah, so like, if I get extra money, I just put it in the bank or invest it in something. I might buy, a little cryptocurrency, something like that. That's gotta, I don't really get money and just like blow it. Or I might be like, all right, I'm gonna take a trip, something like that. I might put it towards an experience. I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna take, I've been wanting to go so-and-so, I got this money, I'm gonna spend it on that. But my day-to-day expenditures is pretty much the same. Just like food and like gas, Oh, it's not. Oh, see, watch how good I am. Oh, it didn't let me do it. I'm just gonna say, we're not gonna have no sexist talk in the chat. So, like, once again, if you're talking about American women in a negative way, you talking about my friends and family. We're not gonna have that. You're talking about men in a negative way, like, you know what I mean? And this isn't an environment for that. You don't want people blanketly making you as part of a group. So we don't do that around here. We're not gonna say all women are this, all men are that, bro. Like, we're smarter than that here at Ward University. We're smarter than that. We know that everybody in different groups are not the same. We know this. People are individuals. People are individuals. If from your experience you feel like a certain group of people behaves one way, once again, that's your experience. You don't know every Western woman. You might know about 20, 50. We'll give you 100. So, we're not gonna do the sexist talk around here. Come on now, like, we're smarter than that. You ain't been to the casinos in Tucson, Angela? You saying up for the concerts? Okay. April, yeah, the housing at the job just wasn't up to standards for me. I just would not have felt right living in the housing. So that's what happened with the job. Is that true? Only 10% of Americans have a passport? That's crazy. Thanks, Angela. Yeah, it wouldn't let me snipe it. Pray for your bank account. Sometimes, MP, you go to the dentist and it ain't that bad, The trick with the dentist is you can't let them sell you everything. It took me a while to learn this. The dentist will try to, let me see, I'm tasting my own medicine. Some dentists will try to sell you everything. I finally had to learn, like, wait a second, I don't need all that stuff. Some of it you need, Tim, because you ain't been to the dentist like you should have been in your 20s and 30s, early 30s. But some of it, I'm like, wait a second. This is how I found out. I got dentists I got a few different dentists around the country. Montana, Colorado, you know what I mean? Like, I got dentists different places. Florida, you know what I mean? So I'll go get something done, and then pretty soon after, I might be somewhere else. Every dentist you go to, they gotta, they won't just do what you want done. They gotta do the examination. They would recommend the same thing I just had done like 4 months ago. I'm like, bro, I just had a deep clean done. Oh man, you got to get this, you got to get that, blah, 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 blah. Or if it'd been longer, still the way they're talking about it, I'm like, bro, I already had, like, you know what I mean? It's like, that's the same thing they told me almost verbatim when I hadn't had it done in 10 years. I had it done last year, and you're telling me about the same level of build. I'm like, bro, how can it be the same level of build up? I just had, you know what I mean? So I'm like, oh, this is just, they tell you the same, some of them tell you the same thing about, they always gonna try to sell you the full package. I'm like, no, just give me a regular teeth cleaning and fix any cavities. Unless I got pain, then, you know what I mean? But a lot of times you don't have no pain, they still try to, I don't know, some dentist. I can believe that gambling is the fastest growing addiction next to pornography. I mean, it makes sense in recessionary economic times, or perceived recessionary economic times, whichever one we're in, or we could be in both, that people are trying to, we definitely in inflationary times, it makes sense that people are trying to like get more bang for the buck. You know what I mean? It makes sense that people are like, man, I only got $20. Let me play the lottery. Maybe make $1 billion. If I lose 20, I'm broke anyway. So that makes sense. Yeah, farmland's disappearing. People selling it out. Yeah. What up, Tori? Yeah, Antarctica thaws, be all kind of land. I'm sure if Antarctica dropped 10 degrees, somebody would buy it. I'm surprised nobody owns it now, actually. Yeah, Drew, I do, depending if the water scarcity continues, I think there will be some major, like areas like Vegas, who knows, But I also think that necessity is the mother of invention. And if we continue in this drought we're in, this great drought that we're in, like a 20-year drought, they'll find ways to like harvest ocean water or something. They'll have to. That's what we always do. Things are this horrible problem, and then when it almost gets to where it's really, really bad, we figure it out. We figure something out. 64. I'm not sure. I don't know. I can't help you with that one. Sorry. How do you get an office job parking small and only have an RV? Could you park the RV somewhere else and take the bus to the job? I'm not sure. I don't know about that one. That's a tough one. Sideline. What I do today? What did I do today? I went and got my coffee. I made a couple phone calls. I went home and watched The Amazing Race. I had Taco Bell for lunch. Didn't do much, I was trying to figure out where I want to go next, so I was doing a lot of research on that. I did, I'll spend hours researching trips and still not book one, just because a lot of it is research and you find out, no, that's not going to work. So I did a bunch of that, and I'll probably do more of that later this evening. Silver, I'm open to another seasonal job. You know me, I'm always on cool work. So like I said, I'm exploring my options for what's next. So if something came up, cool. But if not, well, then we just gonna figure out something else out. We do. Razors. I eat out. I never cook at home, so I eat out. I either eat out or buy pre-prepared meals at the grocery store every day. So, your dentist visit started at 100, ended up 2,500. Oh, they got you. But maybe I don't know, maybe they do. But yeah, you gotta. Yeah, I know. I learned with dentists, you just gotta can I see the breakdown of what everything needs to be done? Then I'll be like, all right, so what do you think I need to have done first? We think you should get this, this. Nah. What's the stuff I really need to get done first to not have no pain? I see you, Angela. Thank you. And I wanted to say, I do know some dentists that are very good dentists. I know some dentists that they're still going to recommend stuff, But if you're like, hey, I don't really think I'm honest. I'm like, I don't have the money for that. And they'll be like, well, let's just do this. Cool, you know. What up, Jesse? You had a withdrawal the past 2 days? You know, part of it, but keep fighting. As long as you keep fighting. We're in a quiet depression. The news will come up with all kind of just a silent recession stuff. What does this stuff mean? Maybe we are. I don't know. Maybe, I guess if they're saying things are worse than the average person thinks, okay, I can see that maybe. Don't worry, it'll get loud quick. I hope it doesn't. I hope we go. You know, I don't want to see tough economic times because I don't want. You know, what I mean, I don't like to see people struggle. But like, I don't know. I've been saying forever. I'm surprised they kept it going this long. Yeah, Tori. Researcher plays for 20 hours, never go. Jim trying to figure out what a snowbird. Yeah. Oh, Tori, you going to Jamaica and New Orleans? Okay. Good. Have fun. Drub, I do own some Bitcoin. Very little. That's not the cryptocurrency I typically put money towards. So I own very little Bitcoin. Very little. Very little. I didn't even know. It's such a small amount. I didn't even realize I owned any pretty much. I was surprised. I said, I got a little Bitcoin. You know, so yeah. My thing with Bitcoin is with the money, if I was, you know, a millionaire, yeah, I'd invest a lot of money in Bitcoin. But with the amount of money I'm playing with and Bitcoin being so expensive, even if it doubles, I'm not making that much money. Excuse me. Whereas some of the other cryptocurrencies that cost way less, you know, if they double, triple, 4x, then I'm actually, you know, making some money. So yeah, you know, I just, you know, some of the other cryptocurrencies have the potential to 10x, and we've seen all that. So I have to look at it that way. Do I think Bitcoin is probably the best bet, the safest bet? But I'm hoping that when Bitcoin goes, some of these other cryptocurrencies will really go, because people will be like, oh snap, that's only, you know, 25 cents. Oh man, you know what I mean? I don't know. So I do still believe in Bitcoin, but it just wouldn't really make sense for me at my money level to invest in it too much. Yeah, you know, people keep asking about the aliens. You know what I mean? It's not weird to anyone that for how long they said there weren't aliens and now they said there are. You know, like what? It's not weird for someone to come out and be like, we've been lying to you this whole time, but believe us now. If you're in a relationship with somebody and all he does is lie to you, you suddenly gonna believe him? You know what I mean? If he comes, oh, by the way, I've been cheating for 5 years, but I ain't cheating no more. I just want you to know I'm loyal to you now, but I've been cheating for 5 years. Okay, I believe you now. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not playing their game on this one. When I see an alien, I'll believe in aliens. Until then, I think they're possible, but I you know what I mean? What up, Kristen? Oh, a sound depression means that's why we are getting paid more than what our parents were paid back in the day. The dollar's devalued. I agree with that. The dollar's definitely devalued. What up, Tony? Yeah, man, you got to keep that indifference, man. Like, I just, you know, I try to be in the moment. Would I enjoy an anime fairy tale lifestyle? I don't know, Crypto. I'm not sure. Yeah, Blue, I got my passport. Oh yeah. Hey, CJ, thank you, Super Chat Squad. Thank you so much. So how are you, Tim? I'm fine. I'm blessed. Haven't tuned in a while. Hope all is well. Are you still learning how to cook? Not learning how to cook anymore. Gave that up. CJ, Super Chat Squad. Appreciate the love. Thank you so much. Gave that up. There's a Winco Foods where I'm at now, so I just go down there to the Winco and they chef it up for me. They fry the chicken for me. Yeah, I just gave, and I'm kind of on the road now, so I couldn't cook anyway. But yeah, I gave that up. Appreciate the love. Thank you. Appreciate you coming back to check in. Young Just One. Glad we can give you some laughs. See you later, Tori. I just really don't always like mention. I don't go into depths with the crypto talk because as soon as I mention one, say, oh, this is the one I'm buying, 20 people try to tell me it's wrong and I need to look at another one. It becomes a whole thing. So I just, I try not to get too in depth about the Bitcoin in the stream or the crypto, excuse me, because it'll turn into a whole. It can get ugly quickly when you start talking about cryptocurrency. That was a very interesting comment, Ken. Hate that feeling that comes when you know somebody and you're like, I like you, and then they say something alien sighting-esque. It's unsettling. That was very descriptive, that last sentence there. If I had an RV motorhome, where would I park it for the hours I'd have to work? I don't know. That's part of the reason I don't have one. It's hard to find that's part of the reason I always say I don't think RV would work for me, is because it's just stuff like that. It's difficult to be stealthy. What up, TRF? Clause is the clause. Okay, good to know. Yeah, that's the RV. That's what I always said. Like a van or something cool, but like an RV is just too much for me to have to deal with. Yeah, CJ, I go down there to the Winco. The other day I got 3 fried thighs and 3 baked thighs, 6 pieces of chicken. I still got a couple in the fridge, I think. Royalties from songs. I wouldn't even know how to get into that, Crypto Johnny. Not to mention, there's a lot of things that I think AI are going to come in and shake up. I don't know. Well, Andrew, I think billionaires are buying Bitcoin because they know it's a good investment. Now governments might be going along with it to get us ready for central bank digital currency, but I'm pretty sure they're going to do that anyway. So I won't be the slightest bit surprised if they start rolling out all over the world central bank digital currencies. So I don't know if they really need to play around with Bitcoin to do that. But I could see them, countries going along with it to get us comfortable with it. Yeah, why not? But I'm not thrilled about central bank digital currencies, but I don't see why countries wouldn't try it. Why wouldn't they? So I'm not totally thrilled about AI, but it's here, so my not being thrilled about it ain't gonna stop it. So Ken, you went to KFC just to get mashed potatoes? Okay. Crazy car lady, what up? Yeah, there's a lot of gold buying going on too. Nobody's really talking about it. But there's a lot of gold buying going on. By countries and banks and stuff. Jesse tried that booch, that kombucha. Nice. Do I think central bank digital currencies will affect our freedom? There's the possibility it could, you know. Yeah, it's a possibility. I think it's all in, you know, how it's used. But I mean, governments and powerful people affect our freedom every day now. So, you know, armies can affect our freedom, but every country has an army. Doesn't mean they always do. Sometimes they do, sometimes they, you know what I mean? So like it's a possibility, but that doesn't mean it's going to happen everywhere. Some countries might use it too, some might not, you know what I mean? But like it's a possibility. Tom, what up? UK in the building. Essence, what up? Happy Friday. Happy Star Trek Day to everybody too. It's Star Trek Day. You know, Star Trek Day. India's confiscating gold at the airport. I gotta look into that. I hadn't heard that. I'll tell you, there's a lot of, you know, I've always heard the best time to invest in an asset is when nobody's talking about it. Ain't nobody talked about gold and silver in a while. Nobody's talking about it. Nobody's really talking about Bitcoin either. Nobody's talking about this stuff. But if you do a little research, you see a lot of activity. Yeah, you know. The world's going to look drastically different a year from now? Maybe. Did I say crazy cat lady again? I'm going to say crazy car lady. Did I mess that up again? Yeah, I mean, would I be surprised if the world looked different 5 years from now? Nah. A year from now? I don't know. But maybe. Tom, y'all having a heat wave? Y'all ain't got air conditioning in London? Y'all ain't got air conditioning in your houses? Well, I guess if y'all don't get heat a lot, that makes sense. Which I didn't have air conditioning. I didn't have central air in my apartment in Denver, so I get it. They only had it in the living room. Ben Still's a Trekkie? Nice. I can't rock. I tried watching the newest Star Trek. I can't. I watched the Lower Decks. I watched the cartoon, but Strange New Worlds, I don't know. But I'm still a Trekkie. Sorry to hear it's so hot in the UK. That's crazy. Angela, you didn't have AC in Massachusetts growing up? Yeah, I guess if the temperatures never get above a certain, it's just weird for me coming from Florida, where like that was number one. You know, got to have, like, buying a car, they put that first. AC works. Then they're like 150,000 miles. You know what I mean? Like, it was AC works. Then they'd be like 1990 Mazda, you know, whatever. You know, Florida, that's AC is imperative in everything. You know, so it was just weird for me to hear people like don't have AC. I'm like, but yeah, I guess it makes sense. You think Star Trek: The Next Generation is best? You know, it would make my list of the best. Yeah, you know. Man, I went on what was it I did? Dang it. Fat Man's Loop in Flagstaff. It was called Fat Man's Loop because I kept being like, oh, I'm surprised they haven't had to change that name. It's 2023. They about to cancel this whole hike. Whole hike get canceled, shut down. Change that name now. It was called Fat Man's Loop. So I did that a couple days in when I was in Flagstaff. 2 days in a row, actually. Which it was about an hour, but it was a good workout. And I keep forgetting. Here lately, I've been sitting around all day long, and then I'll try to throw myself into like a strenuous hike 2 days in a row, and like I'll wonder why I feel wore out. And I'm like, Tim, you got to ease yourself into it, but I don't. But yeah, so that was cool. That was cool. Down in Flagstaff, Fat Man's Loop. Yeah, it's pretty cool. The only problem with it was like the college kids. I think it was one of the hikes they like to go on, and they like to go off trail and smoke in like the little caves or whatever. So they kept coming out of college kids kept appearing out of nowhere in front of me. And, they got their music and they're walking slow and they're like, talking and so they kept, but like, I couldn't outpace, most people get in front of me. They walk so much slower than me. I pass them quickly. The college kids were going just fast enough that I couldn't like outpace them. We kind of stayed a close, so I would have to just like stop and let them go further ahead, or I would just have to like really speed up. They'd stop to like take their shirts off, bros. Bro, I gotta take my shirt off. And I have to go past them. And then you got like 4 college kids like staring at you as you walk through them. And I'm like, what's up? It's just, yeah, they just kept, every time I did the hike, and that happened a couple different times. I'm like, where are these kids coming from? Like the pretty college kids, the preppy college kids. It wasn't the nerds. If it had been the nerds, I'd have been, oh, what up? It was like the pretty college kids. Yeah. Use without power for a couple hours down in Lake City for a few days. Dang, that's crazy. Yeah. Get a new appreciation for that AC. You don't have it for a while. I remember a buddy of mine didn't have it. I think for almost a week or so. And he was like, man, I just go sit in the car. He's like, I just go sit in the car and turn the air on for a few minutes just to get some air, man. He's like, it's crazy. Yeah, man, it's different. Actually, Arizona's cool, it's all right. It's all right, It's cool. Yeah, 98 is miserable without no AC. Gonna be 41 in Michigan tonight. Nice. Have ever been to Cameron Trading Post? I don't think so, Gary. The Navajo tacos and fried bread are incredible. No, I don't think I've been there. I'm back in Vegas now for a week and a half, 2 weeks. I'm gonna be leaving pretty soon. Yeah, time to move on. Some people sleeping in their vehicles. I don't blame them. Like when it's hot inside, like you can't, like you don't even want to do, when it's hot indoors, you're like, why am I even indoors? I'll just sleep out on the porch, bro. Like I'll sleep in the car. Like what's the point? I'm hot. I can't even sleep inside. I'm hot. You was about to pick up a Goosebump book? Ken? Oh, okay. Books running a little slim down at the library? No. I don't really have anything bad to say about Arizona. Especially this trip. When I was there a while back, I might have said I had some things, but like I was in Phoenix that time. This time I was just in Flagstaff and at the Grand Canyon. So, those are my type of places. If I had been through Phoenix and maybe even Tucson, I might have said some other things. But no, I love Flagstaff. Tom, you gonna sleep in the freezer? Hey, do what you got to do. Stay warm. This weather, the weather's changing. That is something that 5 years from now I think is going to be weather patterns. It's different. The weather's getting different. Every year, more and more hurricanes. One goes away, another right behind it. Hurricanes going to start coming together. Watch. They're going to start being 2 hurricanes. Watch. Mark my words. Mark thy words. Hear ye, hear ye. Hurricanes are going to start coming together. They're going to be like, we did not think it was possible for 2 hurricanes to be behind each other. But we have a double hurricane event. A double cane. I'm telling you, okay. Category 12. Double cane. Leave now. Evacuate. Yesterday. Yeah, Angela, I'm sure I'll give Tucson and I appreciate the offer. I'm sure I'll give Tucson another try. Like, I don't mind Arizona. But yeah, I think Phoenix was really what had me kind of like, yeah, the part of Phoenix I was in too. Ricky, I do think the ability to be alone makes you tougher. You know, I will say too, though, being alone as much as I am, I think it is harder for me to like make certain type of social connections. You know, which isn't a good thing. So, you know, you get your pros and cons, but I do think it is cool to have the ability to be alone. But would I trade some of that for the ability to make certain connections easier? Yes. I don't feel like I'm balanced where I want to be balanced right now, if I'm being honest. Ashley, what the impetus to start my channel? Did I say that right? Impetus? Honestly, back when I started my channel, I thought it was just another social media platform. This channel was different, but my first channel, it was like, oh, it's Facebook with video. You know what I mean? There was no ideal of really what YouTube would turn into now. So I just, oh, I can upload videos, cool. And then I started watching comic book videos. I started posting those. Went to work on the oil rigs in North Dakota. Started posting those. This channel was a few years later, and it was because my first channel was mainly at that time a comic book channel. And I found myself starting to talk more about like life stuff and motivational stuff, and minimalism was a big thing. It still is in my life then, but I was talking about it a lot more because I'd really just discovered it. And so I was like, well, I don't want this channel over here, to become like, I still want to do my comic book stuff over here. So I was like, I'll just start another channel and talk solely about minimalism. And I genuinely thought it was going to be like an outlet channel. You know what I mean? Like there was no concept really of it growing into what it has. So in neither case really, and even my other channel, my Frugal Travel Guru channel, I just rode the Greyhound a couple times and saw that there wasn't any videos about Greyhound really. So I was like, I'm just going to make some videos about Greyhound just to help people. And it kind of, that channel, I think that channel's up to 17,000 subscribers now. So that's cool. And I don't even post on there anymore, but you know what I mean? Like none of my channels, I ever really had the ideal of like, oh, I'm gonna grow it into like a business. It just kind of, wanted to talk about some stuff. What up, Lawrence? Yeah, 64. I've been to Washington, Seattle. I'm reading Phoenix. Seattle. Yeah, I've been to Seattle a few times. 1, 2, 3. Quite a few times. I've been to the airport there plenty of times. I was actually looking into going to Seattle when I left here, but I need to book it further in advance for it to be cheaper. But yeah, I like Washington. What I've seen of it. What up, Daisy? Hey, Super Chat Squad. Thank you, Daisy. Said, gotta head out again. I want to share some love. Thank you, Daisy. Thank you. Is you heading out or is you heading out? Stay as long as you want, but I know you'll be like, I'm heading out, and then 30 minutes later, you still be here showing love. I appreciate that. Thank you, Daisy. Super Chat Squad. Thank you so much, Daisy. I appreciate the love. Thank you. Jim, you never watched YouTube till 2020? Wow. 2020 was like really the year that got me from, which is crazy, all the craziness going on in 2020. I had a really good year, especially on YouTube, because that was the year that I went, just got me from where I was at to like on the path to like, over 100,000 subscribers. So 2020, a lot of people watching YouTube that year. So sorry about all the loss and pain and everything that happened in 2020, but it's weird for a lot of people. It was one of the best years ever. It's crazy. Had a lot of good stuff happen in 2020. Sarah, oh yeah, that spiritual minimalism. Most people weren't ready for that. A lot of people weren't ready for that. But I feel honored and blessed for you to say that, Sarah. Yeah, man, we got to live our lives, man. Like, and it's just one of those things that the more you have that mindset, And the more you live that mindset, it's just, your life just seems to be so much better. Like, what I mean? The more you just like, I'm gonna do what I want to do. Like, it's actually, I'm laughing because it's so simple. It's like, hey, what's one of the big secrets of life you'd want to give people? Do what makes you happy. Do more of what you want to do. It seems simple. Do more of the things you want to do. More of the things that make you happy, and you'll be happier. People be like, obvious, but like we don't do it, I think we do feel stronger in groups, Ricky. I think so. Hey, WM, thank you. Super Chat Squad in the building. Thank you, WM. Said happy Friday, Tim. Happy Friday to you as well. Thank you. Hope you had a good week. Yeah, we had an interesting week. It was a good week. We went down to try to work a seasonal job. Found out it wasn't the job for us. Came back here to Vegas. It's all part of the journey. It is all part of the journey. It did, that job didn't work, but it's all working out. You know what I mean? Like that's, when you look at it that way, not only does it make the disappointments easier, or the failures easier sometimes, but like, just in general, like, I mean, it's all the journey. It's all working out. I just got to learn some lessons, got to go on some hikes, getting back to it. I'm trying to get this light off my shoulder here, but it's not working. Super Chat Squad. Thank you, WM. Hope you had a great week too. Daisy, thank you, Daisy. Thank you. Said you called me. Love you too. Enjoy the love, y'all. Hey. Appreciate Yeah, Daisy be sticking around. Daisy be lurking. Daisy will say I'm leaving and then lurk. The old lurk and leave. The leave and lurk. The leave and lurk. Yes. Daisy be doing the old leave and lurk. Like, all right, I'm out. 30 minutes later, but hey, we appreciate you being here. We appreciate you when you're showing love, when you're lurking, no matter what. Thank you, Daisy. Super Chat Squad. Thank you. Yeah, Ken, I did a video about spiritual minimalism. Basically just saying, and once again, I'm not judging how anybody comes to God, whatever. How anybody communes with the divine, whatever. I do think that sometimes we've been taught that there's a lot more to it. And I'm not just saying religion. There's a lot of, spiritual, gurus and stuff out there that want to sell you a lot of extra stuff, in my opinion. A lot of times because that makes the money. But you know what I mean? I just seem like I see a lot of people that just think it's so difficult. And I'm like, man, I did the video when I was at the Great Sand Dunes National Park, I think. And I'm like, man, just walking amongst these sand dunes, A, exhausting, but B, it was like spiritual, and I'm like, I don't really think you have to do all this other stuff to have a spiritual experience and appreciate the divine and like have a relationship with God. You know what I mean? Like, I just think sometimes we're trying too hard. It's like, I think I'm a spiritual minimalist. Like I you know what I mean? Like I don't need all this extra stuff on my spiritual journey. I just need what I need. For me, a big part of that is nature, like nature and prayer, love, prayer, and nature. That's about all I need. Not judging anybody else, but I was like, for me, I think that's all I need, everybody, wasn't my best received video, but sorry to hear about your fiance, Tom. Said you feel like just floating through life now, wherever it might take me. Yeah, I mean, and honestly, I don't think that's a bad thing. Like, I think that's life. I think far too many people are trying to dictate where they go in life, and it's not working. But yeah, I'm just gonna enjoy the journey. Just gonna go where life takes me. I think a lot of times life will take you where you need to go. We don't know where we need to go. I'm constantly reminded of that. Tim, you don't know what you're doing. Jesus, take the wheel. You know what I mean? Or whoever But yeah, I think sometimes we're just, hey, I'm just gonna let the wind blow me where it blows me. You find yourself in some pretty cool places in life, you know, doing some pretty cool stuff, meeting some pretty cool people, you know. Yeah, I've never heard anybody else talk about spiritual minimalism. Ahmad, what up, what up, what up? Any music recommendations for Friday night? I don't really, yeah, I'm not really. Didn't Cardi B drop a new song with Megan Thee Stallion? Bongos? Check that out. Chelsea, thank you, thank you, thank you. Chelsea P, thank you. Super Chat Squad, good to see you, Chelsea. Christine, the new seasonal job, the housing just wasn't something that I felt right living in. Let's just say that. You know, when your housing, when discounted housing is part of your compensation package, I feel like it should be up to a standard, and it wasn't. Chelsea coming through again. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Chelsea P. Super Chat Squad, Super Chat Train. Choo choo. That choo choo, not choo choo. Choo choo. Calm down, Tim. Do I think it's wrong if people go to church for the food only on holidays? Nah. You go get your food. You know, that's what it's there for. Yeah, you know, actually that bongo song, I love Cardi B. I love Cardi B. Cardi B, like, people give me crap about this all the time, but like, that is, I think she's just like the perfect woman. I don't, you know what I mean? The ratchetness, all of that. But she's funny, ratchet, gorgeous, like, speaks her mind. Like, that is just, there's no perfect person, period. But like, that is my type of woman right there. I love me some Cardi B. I love the ratchetness. That's ratchety goodness right there. But that song, I mean, it was cool, but like, you know, it didn't hit as hard as WAP to me. But, you know, it's still a good song. Did y'all see Bobby Altoff's podcast with Shaq? Oh, that's another. She's on my list of amazing women. Bobby Altoff, the really good podcast. Y'all not into that? Okay. They love her. They hate Bobby. She came out of nowhere, blew up on people. They ain't happy about that. Freedom. You're welcome, Chelsea. You know, that's what we do around here is freedom, you know. See, I told you they don't like Bobby. You can't. We got it. Never mind. I'm not going there. I'm not going there. I'm not going there. I'm going to go a little bit there. Respectfully, can we get to a place where we let all this division go? If somebody does something and they're good at it and people like it, can we stop calling them names because of their color? Can we stop acting like we have certain industries belong to certain people? You know, we got to stop this, man. It's 2023. Like, my whole life, people have been saying this stuff, bro. Like, stop. Can we get over all this race and all this other stuff? She white interviewing rappers. Cool. It's funny. Can we leave it at that? Why we got to make it a thing? When are we going to stop falling for the division? When are we going to stop falling for it is my question. We smarter than this. It's 2023. Rocky Rodriguez, what up? Where's the division come from? Oh, you know, the powers that be like the division. That's what I'm saying. I understand why it's still out there. But when are we going to stop falling for it? That's all I'm saying. Yeah, they do it. You see it on the news. You see it everywhere. But you got to be smart and be like, wait a second. Why am I making everything about this, about race, about gender, about sexual preference? Anytime I see somebody doing well, typically, we got, you know what I mean? Like, why can't we just, people are people. They do what they do. What does that solve? The division. What does it do? Nothing. They divide you under the guise of a lot of times, oh, you got to look out for your people. But there's a difference between looking out for your people, which for the record, our people, we're all human, so we're all our people. But there's a difference between looking out for your people, whatever group your people is at that time that you're identifying with, and like constantly bringing up that there's a difference between you and other people. Now, we're not having that either. I just hope one day we can get over it. You know what I mean? Maybe we won't, but I just hope one day we will. It don't do nothing. You know what I mean? But, it's funny. My thing is, I think if we're ever going to get over it, we're going to have to, like, you know what I mean? Work hard at it. Just passively going along with society, we're going to stay divided. I think you have to work hard at it and make a stand for, like, I'm not going to go along with all this stuff. I'm not going to talk about it. WM, you're right. I've been saying for the longest, it ain't class no more. It's not race no more. It's class. That's the issue is class. But if they can have us worried about who you're sleeping with, how dark your tan is you were born with, or no tan, you know what I mean? Stupid stuff. Class, the wealth gap, that matters. The people at the top got all the money. We down here struggling. That matters. If the wealth was evenly distributed, everybody be good. We got people living in abject poverty, and we got more billionaires than ever. But don't nobody want to talk about that. They want to talk about race. Nobody wants to talk about, you know what I mean? That's not, the race ain't the issue no more. But we can't let it go. Because I feel like you have to actually take a stand. People jump on me all the time. Tim, you don't talk about black issues enough. I'm like, I talk about human issues. I'm not going to separate them. Occasionally I will. But I'm not going to separate them all. Everything ain't going to be about blackness. You know what I mean? That adds to the division. In my opinion. I'm not doing, I don't know. It just, yeah, keep people fighting each other, fighting amongst themselves. They'll never see what the real problem is. I'm just saying, when are we going to grow up? When are we, like, it's not a secret. You can literally Google, I've been talking a lot about the wealth inequality today, but you can literally Google it. Thank you, Pizza Boy. You can literally Google it. Mario, thank you. Super Chat Squad, that is love. Said class is the rule, racism is the tool, wake up. Facts. Thank you, Mario. It's crazy. All of us, except for a very small percentage, believe that we're all humans are equal. Most people believe that. You may not like certain people or whatever, but most people are like, yeah, we're all equal. We're all human. But we just can't let go of that. My group is being held down, which in a lot of cases, some cases they are. But there's, you know what I mean? Like, there's that fine line of seeing what's going on, trying to do something to fix it, and just like spending your whole life dwelling on it. And you know what I mean? Can we appreciate the strides we have made in this country as far as race goes? Can we appreciate it? Ain't 1943 no more. We still got work, yes. But that doesn't have to be the lens you see. The problem is we all got like race glasses on. And we see everything through the lens of race. And it's just, it gets exhausted. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe because I'm from down south, I just get exhausted by it. And there's other stuff. We got, gay lenses on, and we worried about, we got gender lenses on. We just so worried about what everybody else doing. Stop, bro. Like, what everybody else is. Like, I don't know. I just know that if we could get over that, we can start fixing some of the problems we really have, you know? But yeah, Angela, you're right. The younger generation is different, you know? And that's why I'm saying so many people are down on Gen Z, and and I'm like, nah, they making the moves that like we need to be making. They're not going for a lot of this stuff. They don't even see a lot of the stuff we see. My generation see, they don't even see it. They don't even know what we're talking about. Like, what is that? Like, why would you worry? You know what I mean? So that is good. You know, they got their stuff too, but a lot of the stuff that we've been struggling with, they not even on. Like, so much stuff is merged with them that they don't even see it like we used to see it. So that is cool. And I think that is what ultimately happens. What up, Kevin? Glad you made it another year around the sun. What ultimately happens is life is, you know, things get worked out over time, I think, you know. But sometimes I'm like, dang, when will that time come? Got him. I got that one, Angela. You said 30, 20, 30, man, maybe. Angela, I got that one. I was waiting on that one. Oh, I was waiting on that one. What up, Better Flight? I saw that one coming. Whenever somebody comes in and they put like 8 question marks, you know their next comment is going to be something crazy. Once again, bro, if you're going to troll, make it funny. I like to laugh. If you go troll, make it funny. Let's go. I'm still waiting on them top shelf trolls. Oh, it's all good, Angel. I saw that one quick. I peeped that one. I said, oh, here we come. I was waiting on that. Sometimes you be wanting, I'm not going to hold you. Sometimes I low-key want somebody to say something crazy. Sometimes I'll think I'll be waiting. I'll be, oh, next comment, I got them. And then the next comment, they say something really nice. Hey, Tim, really appreciate it. I'm like, dang. The sun is getting weird. I'm going to wrap it up here in a few minutes anyway. Yeah, if you're going to troll, make it funny. Like, how do I feel about eating at an Asian restaurant and being served by a non-Asian looking person? I don't really care. Like, I could care. I was at the Chinese restaurant the other day and there was a Mexican dude cooking. Like, I don't care. You know, I did notice it. I was like, oh, Mexican dude. Cool. I mean, hey, he's a good, you know what I mean? The food was good. Like, I don't really care, bro. Like, that stuff don't bother me. Like, I got more important stuff to like be bothered by. I might notice it, but oh, cool. They hire white people up here. White people need to work too, you know? You know what I mean? I might say something like, but like, honestly, it's not, I don't care. You know what I mean? I don't care if certain cultures have dreadlocks. I don't care. You know, the major stuff that goes on, yeah, we need to fix problems. But a lot of this little divisive stuff that people have told you, oh, certain people can't do this, and it ain't hurting nobody, I don't care. I don't get worked up on all this stuff that if it ain't hurting nobody. It is like, I'm watching you. You got one more, Tim. I'm blocking you. One more white person comment, Tim. You getting sniped. Got my eye on you. But I mean, yeah, we get all this little stuff that people get all worked up about. You know, that because other people say, oh, you can't do that. Hey, Rainbow Flower. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the journey. Welcome to the community. Love you too. What up, Tara? Oh, reconnected. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm just gonna eat my food, bro. Like, it's their restaurant. They can hire who they want to. You gonna tell the people at the Chinese restaurant they can only hire Chinese people? They like, we not even Chinese. We're Korean. This ain't even. I get why we're this way though, you know? We've been programmed to care about stuff like that. That's to keep us from caring about the important stuff. I get it. I just hope we can get over it. You know, within the next, you know, how many years I got left. Actually, that would be selfish. Being like, I want us to get over it before I die. I just want us to get over it, however long it takes. But, you know. Johnny, I never eat the fortune cookies. I don't really care for, like, sweets like that. Like, I just don't. It's always weird to me. I'm like, I didn't ask for cookies. Why y'all giving me fortune cookies? So I never eat them. I'll break them open and read the fortune inside of it. Because, you know, at heart, I'm like a 16-year-old immature kid. So whatever the fortune cookie says, I like to put in bed at the end of it. It gives me a laugh. You know, whenever I'm on a date and I take her to Chinese food and I do that, they never seem to find it as funny as me. But, let me read your fortune. Oh, yeah, I don't care about the cookie. Keep the cookie. I didn't order a cookie. But I'm going to be perverse and perverted with that fortune. I'm gonna get real perverted with that fortune cookie, with the fortune. Better flight. No, if I give a homeless person money, I'm not worried about what they spend it on. My job was to not even job. I'm just trying to help. You know, so if they take it and go buy crack, I did my part. You know, so yeah, I don't worry. Like that's them. You know what I mean? I didn't know they were gonna buy that, so it's not like I'm enabling or contributing. And honestly, most of the homeless people I've given to didn't seem like that was their what they were looking for. You know, but if it was, I ain't got nothing to do with me. I gave, out of the kindness of my heart. You know, not for me to judge what they're going or speculate on what they're going to do afterwards. Now, if I see somebody like tweaking, I'm probably not going to give them because that's obvious, But if I just see somebody sitting, looking hungry, like, and I feel moved, I'm just going to assume they're going to buy food with it, Tara, everything works out. Yes, things don't always work out the way I think they're going to work out, but they be working out. The sun is hitting my rearview mirror, my side view mirror. It's killing me. It's a good point, Matt. The wealthy got tons of rooms, empty rooms a lot of times, but we got tons of homeless people. I just think it's crazy that people live in such big houses. Hey, it's your money, do what you want, but I wouldn't want to clean that big old house. But we got to come up with a problem for this homeless situation. That's an issue we need to be talking about more than a lot of this other stuff. But sadly, that one's becoming an issue we can't sweep under the rug. What did I wear for dinner? What did I eat for? I haven't eaten dinner yet. I got some noodles. My Airbnb host last night brought me some food home when they went out, and I'm gonna eat it tonight. So I got some noodles from one of the casinos here. I think the Red Rock Casino. They bought me dinner from there, so I'll eat it tonight. But yeah, I'm saying homelessness, that's an issue we're not going to be able to ignore much. I mean, a lot of places can't already, but like, I think, sadly, once again, more and more places where you didn't see it is becoming a problem. And people are like, oh, wait a second. Hey, Liam, thank you. Super Chat Squad. Thank you so much, Liam. Thank you. So, Tim, you have a large white following and white friends. Is it a surprise to anyone that you're on the I don't see racism is not a problem, class is. No, I don't think so. I think anybody who knows me knows, while I'm not unaware of the race issue we have, in America, I think people know that I just choose not to dwell on it. You know what I mean? Like, bro, I travel. Some people travel way more than me, yes, but I like to think I travel more than the average person. I'm well aware of race in America, but I think because of the traveling, I'm more aware that race isn't as big a deal. You know what I mean? I think if you just stay in your city, nothing wrong with that, but if you just stay in your city and listen to the news tell you about how racist the world is and America is, you think it's crazy, you know what I mean? But when you out and about and you interact with all different races of people, I got Asian friends, white friends, black friends, Hispanic friends. Like when you interact with all of them all over America in their area, their areas, quote unquote, or places where, there's more, certain cultures, then you realize like, oh, it ain't that bad. So why are we making such a big deal about it? When someone just tells you, oh man, America's crazy racist, ugh, and you was just in, backwater, whatever, and there was nobody who looked like you complexion wise, and they were some of the nicest people you've ever met. You know what I mean? It's hard for you to harp on that. That just gets filed under whatever. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think anybody who knows me and knows my lifestyle would not be surprised that like I don't be dwelling on race like that, because I know it's not as bad as a lot of people think it is. I can only go off my own experience, Hey, Crypto Pimp, thank you. Super Chat Squad. I appreciate that. That's love. Thank you. So happy Friday, Tim. Starbucks on me today from your peeps in Atlanta. A-Town in the building. Stand up. Thank you, Crypto Pimp. As always, love the name. Appreciate that. Yeah. Starbucks, Star Busy. Let's go. I might actually get some kombucha with it. But, it's coffee tomorrow. Thank you. Appreciate the love. Yeah, Aisha, I think as with all groups of people, a few people can ruin it for everybody else. So you can run across. I tell you, I was on the train back in Denver, and this homeless lady was all up in my face, yelling, screaming. An experience like that can change how you view homeless people. I tried to turn it around and just, be sympathetic. Obviously, like, she was going through mental illness. So I'm like, I just hope she gets help, because I was fuming when I got off the train, and, I had to calm myself down. And I was like, hey, I actually said a prayer. Hey, I hope she gets the help she needs, and I try to take it that way. But it's understandable that some of the more extreme cases in any group can make you feel a certain type of way or not feel a certain type of way about that group. But a lot of times those people don't represent the whole group. And homelessness is a hard one because, you do have a lot of people who are mentally ill homeless. And so the big issue is mental illness, and they're homeless as a byproduct of it. And I like to think if we took some of those same people that were rude or yelling and screaming or throwing stuff at us, if we saw them in a mental hospital where they were getting the help they needed and they were exhibiting that behavior, we'd be more understanding, because we'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, this person's obviously in here, they need help. It's not as easy to see it that way when they're being rude and aggressive with us and we're scared, That lady yelling in my face, I didn't know what she was gonna do. I knew what I was gonna do if she touched me, because there's always a ton of cops outside the train when you pull in the Union Station in Denver. And I was like, well, if both of us going to jail, if they, you know what I mean? I knew what I was going to do if she touched me. Even all the sympathy aside, if she touched me, it would have been a problem. You know what I mean? So like, I understand, like, we'll be in those situations. Sometimes we're scared, we're nervous, we don't know what those people are going to do. So it's easy to not feel sympathy. But on the other hand, you know, we've opened up the doors on our mental hospitals and kicked people in the street these days. There's no help, you know. So I don't know. It's a very weird issue. It's a weird issue. You don't feel sorry for most human beings? I mean, I feel like you could be understanding. I don't know. Feel sorry is a interesting word, interesting phrase. But I know for me, I just try to be understanding. Like, I try to be understanding because there's no situation, almost no situation that a human being is going through that I couldn't be going through next year. You know what I mean? So that's how I look at it. I know a lot of people see that. I don't know. I don't see the world that way. So I'm just like, I try to be understanding, because if that turns out to be me, I hope people are understanding of me. And just be like, man, life handed Tim a crazy hand this past 2 years. He's still smiling. But, you know, he whatever, you know. So like, I try to be understanding of people, because like, we all humans trying to figure this thing out, bro. Like, you know what I mean? We all humans trying to get from womb to tomb best way we can. And some people might not do it in a manner that we think is right. Some people might do it in a manner that harms others, and I don't like that, and that's disgusting. But part of me is like, well, what made them think that's right? You know what I mean? We'll see people behave in a manner, we're like, that's crazy. Why would anyone ever do that? Like, well, obviously something crazy is going on up here. You know, obviously there's something happened that made them think that's right. Can we fully blame the person? Yeah, you know, they're gonna have to take whatever comes with doing that, as we all do. But I try to be understanding from a point of, you know, the weirder a person acts, the more they must have been through, or, you know, something just they were born. You know what I mean? We all got stuff. We all got stuff. Like, I can't be understanding of one person's stuff and then totally not understand someone. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's and even with saying that, it's hard to do, you know. But I try to, you know, just not just write anyone off immediately. Oh, that person's just whatever. It's like, everybody, you know, everybody got their stuff. And yeah, we all got our different issues. And I think when we start comparing our issues to someone else's, you know what I mean? I don't know. It may seem like two people are struggling with the same thing, and that person could be struggling 100 times more. And when we start being like, oh, I'm able to do it, why can't they? Well, like, you can't answer that because you don't know what they're going through. If we could look at everybody's life chart, then we might be able to be like, oh, well, you know, I'm dealing with exactly the same thing as her. But we don't know what other people are going through. On the surface, it may seem like two people are in the same situation. They could be going through way worse. Like, you don't know what that person might have lost in life. You don't know what might have happened to that person as a child. You don't know what illnesses that person might be dealing with that they don't even know they're dealing with. You know, it's all kinds of stuff, man. Like, it's just, I don't know. I feel like sometimes and I'm putting myself in this. We're quick to just look at people and be like, that person's wrong because they did whatever. I'm not, you know what I mean? Without being like, there's got to be a reason that person did that. You know what I mean? Until it comes around to us, and then we're very understanding. Till we mess up. And then then we have a million excuses, and we want everybody to understand us. My thing is this: I want everybody to understand me, so I'm trying to be as understanding as other people as I can. I fail a lot, but I'm just trying to be understanding so that when I mess up, when I'm down and out, when I'm out here looking crazy, people will give me a little grace. That's all I'm trying to do. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, the light's getting crazy, the things coming through, and I really do have to use the bathroom. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump off. Big shout out to everybody who came through. The people who just came through showed love with Super Chat Squad. I feel bad that I'm jumping off now. I owe y'all next time. Thank y'all so much for the love. Super Chat Squad came through heavy. The Cash App Squad came through heavy. The lurkers, we getting lurkers like Natalie checking in now. So shout out to the Snipe Queen. Angela had to pew a couple people. I got a couple myself too because I'm good. But thank y'all so much for coming through. Really needed this. Thank y'all for listening to my little spiel about what happened at my little seasonal job. I love y'all. Love y'all so much. Stay blessed. Stay abundant. I'll talk to y'all later. Thank y'all.